like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
At the Phoenix Zoo, we are scaly things and furry things. We are fast things and slow things. Tall things and short things. We are huge things and very, very small things. We are things from right here in Arizona and things from all over the world. We are thousands of living, breathing mammals, reptiles, birds, insects, fish, and amphibians that you absolutely have to see. Phoenix Zoo, that zoo we are. For tickets, hours, and many more things, visit phoenixzoo.org.
Jumbo Shrimp is back at Del Taco. One bite of Del's Jumbo Shrimp Taco, and yeah, you're on a whole different level of flavor. Top tier, no nose. Crispy golden shrimp, crunchy cabbage, fresh house-made pico de gallo, and savory secret sauce, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla with a fresh-cut lime wedge. And right now, get 2 for just $6. They're only here for a limited time, so level up with 2 crispy jumbo shrimp tacos for $6. Only at Del Taco. Del, yeah. Price and participation may vary.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. It's the lunch break.
The Wednesday edition of the lunch break right here on KDUS AM 1060, streaming on the free KDUS AM 1060 app, and you can watch the show over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you here today, middle of the week. A big Diamondbacks win last night, and boy, a lot of layers of the onion to unpack from last night's big win over the Detroit Tigers. And we got to do it in short order because the Diamondbacks are back at it before we get off the air today. They will start the finale of that series with the Tigers. First pitch at 12:40 today. We got to talk about the Suns last night. We'll also talk about the latest mock drafts that we're seeing about the Arizona Cardinals. But yeah, we start with the Diamondbacks. We start with that comeback. We start with Jose Fernandez.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
It was just yesterday on the program that we said, hey, you call up this highly regarded prospect, a prospect that has a lot of buzz around him after how spectacular his spring was. We want to see this kid play. I believe it was a buy or sell topic yesterday that he will get at least one at bat. He will do something in the game last night. I bought it. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect a 3-hit performance. I didn't expect a 2-home run game. I didn't expect a go-ahead 3-run home run off of Kenley Jansen, one of the best closers to ever do it. Didn't expect that, but Jose Fernandez, what a major league debut for him. Getting the start at third base, gets his first hit, beats out an infield single. But everyone's going to be talking about those 2 home runs, the no-doubters, including the go-ahead 3-run home run. And what a night it was for Jose Fernandez. What a night it was for the Arizona Diamondbacks, erasing a 5-0 deficit in this one to come back and win 7-5. Jose Fernandez responsible for 4 of the 7 runs, a solo shot for the first home run, and then the go-ahead 3-run blast. And those were no-doubters. You knew it the moment they came off the bat that those were going into the seats. And I don't know where this story is going to take us. He was the 27th ranked prospect going into the season. He hadn't played higher than Double-A before this year. So I don't know if this is just a one-time thing. I don't know if Jose Fernandez is going to be a long-standing member of the Diamondbacks lineup, but what you saw last night, you had to be encouraged. What you saw last night looked like somebody who was going to be a mainstay in this lineup. I mean, think about it. Because of the way he played last night, they're sticking him at first base today. to get his bat in the lineup. That wasn't a position that Torey Lovullo said he was going to play. Third, short, maybe some second, some DH. But when you have a night like he did last night, when you have that type of impact, nobody would have thought any differently of Jose Fernandez if he didn't come through in that moment against Kenley Jansen. That's a big spot against a closer who's chasing down elite company in terms of career saves. Still one of the best closers in the game. Brought to Detroit to be their guy at the back end to hopefully lead them deep into the postseason. Nobody would have gotten on Jose Fernandez if he couldn't come through in that moment. Not only did he come through, a base hit would have been fine. He hits the big-time home run. And oh, by the way, because I don't want this to get forgotten about, the single that he beat out, courtesy of MLB Pipeline, 30.2 feet per second. That is elite sprint speed. You ready for this? 2 players have a higher sprint speed so far this season. Chandler Simpson at 30.5, Trey Turner at 30.7. That's it. According to StatCast, that's it. Faster than Corbin Carroll at 29.7. I mean, he did everything last night. Everything. And he looked cool as a cucumber doing it. Didn't look like the moment faced him. He's walking around the bases after getting to Kenley Jansen to put the Diamondbacks in front to complete the comeback. Meltdown Mountain, the Detroit Tigers need to be put on Meltdown Mountain here today. No Diamondbacks on Meltdown Mountain here today. Just Kenley Jansen and the Detroit Tigers. And he trots around the bases like it was a home run in the middle of May. Casual as can be. What a debut. What a story. What a night last night for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they've taken the first 2 of this series, setting themselves up for an opportunity to sweep today. I mean, this is why baseball is my favorite sport. You turn on that game last night, and maybe you knew, maybe you didn't know, maybe you listened to yesterday's show, maybe you didn't, that Jose Fernandez was on this team. You saw the lineup. You saw a kid making his MLB debut. You couldn't write that. You couldn't script that. And every single day you show up to the ballpark, something new, different, something you weren't expecting to happen can happen. And in 2 home games, the Diamondbacks have had a pitcher throw an immaculate inning, and they had that MLB debut last night for Jose Fernandez. That's why baseball is my favorite sport, producer Evan. You just never know what you're going to get when you show up to the ballpark. And last night, it was an incredible debut. It was an incredible moment. And boy, I don't hear anybody complaining about the Diamondbacks and the way they're playing right now, because the offense has shown up each of the last 2 nights. They've won 2 in a row, and boy, they look like a competitive bunch here, at least in the last 2 games.
I don't know if I can remember a debut, and I've been watching baseball my entire life, that went as well as Jose Fernandez did last night. I really don't.
I mean, you ready for this? He's only one of 8 players in Major League history to homer twice in their first regular season game. Now, you don't have to go that far back in the history books to find the last person to do it, because it was Chase DeLauder on opening day for the Cleveland Guardians. But Jose Fernandez joins that company in your first regular season game to hit 2 home runs. 8 people in the history of the sport have done it. Jose Fernandez adds his name to that list.
And the second one being in that spot to win the game. I said this on, I've been doing those little recap videos out on, social medias. I said this in my kind of 2-minute, first thoughts after the game is, this is the type of win that when you're in the fight in September, if you do get in the beginning of October, you circle that one as a season-defining win, a win that puts you back into the conversation, a win that propelled you to rattle off a few in a row.
Well, and the reason why I would tend to agree with you is because what was last night? It was the answer backs. It was what we have come to expect the last couple of years with the Arizona Diamondbacks under Torey Lovullo with this core of players. This is what they do. This is their DNA. And now you have new players, new faces, right? Nolan Arenado, Carlos Santana. You've got Jordan Lawler now, a regular mainstay. You've got Jose Fernandez, who was called up. And so even though you've got the new faces, even though you got some new players in some new spots, new pitchers, new starters, new bullpen arms, it still remains the same. The answer backs showed up again last night. And I don't know. I don't know what this is going to be, right? I don't know. Jose Fernandez is only the 27th ranked prospect for the Diamondbacks for a reason. He's had a problem down in the minors with some swing and miss, a lot of strikeouts. He's cut down over them over the last couple of years, and he's added on some muscle. He's added on the power. I don't know how lasting that is, but I'll tell you this. This is what you saw in spring. This is what you saw all throughout the Cactus League. He had like an 1,100 OPS. This is what you saw to make him the buzzworthy name all spring long. You couldn't go 5 seconds in spring without talking about Jose Fernandez. And he gets an opportunity, and he did not miss last night. Showed off the speed beating out the single, showed off the power with both no-doubter home runs. Our guy John over on the YouTube side said he got 2 pitches to hit, and he grooved them. I mean, those were grooved to him, and he took full advantage. Kenley Jansen left one in a bad spot, and Jose Fernandez did not miss. And now you have to wonder if this can continue. How do you not continue to play this guy if and when Pavin Smith comes back to the lineup? Now, listen, this is one game. We got to see what it looks like here. But the Diamondbacks look like they have something. He's 22 years old. He hit 17 home runs last year in Double-A. So it's not like the power wasn't there in the minors. And yeah, if you send him down to Reno, he's just going to probably put up great numbers down there because that's a hitter-friendly environment. But he is showing you that he is somebody that should be playing every day in some capacity. And, sorry to Pavin Smith, could be a Wally Pipp situation. But if Jose Fernandez just runs with this, how do you not put him in the lineup every day? Because producer Evan and I were having this conversation in the pre-show today. Isn't this exactly what we said the Diamondbacks needed from somebody? You know what you're going to get from Ketel Marte. You know what you're going to get from Corbin Carroll. You know what you're going to get from Geraldo Perdomo and Gabby Moreno. But we said you got a lot of what-ifs. And you need some of those what-ifs to turn into guarantees, to turn into consistency. Nolan, Carlos Santana, Jordan Lawler, Alec Thomas, somebody. Why can't it be Jose Fernandez? And now you start to lengthen your lineup if you have somebody that it's not going to hit 2 home runs every single night, but is a major league hitter that can be a 750 OPS, plays good defensively, although his defense at short is a little bit of a question mark. You've got the DH spot, just a productive bat that you can put in the lineup, and it's not an easy out. It's something that the opposing team has to respect. What a great debut. What a great moment. And we'll see where this takes us. This could be the answer to the Diamondbacks' problems at the bottom part of their lineup. This could be what lengthens that group, and it becomes a more well-rounded unit if Jose Fernandez can turn into something at the big league level. Just a great story. Good to see him in the lineup. Good to see Torey Lovello. I was worried that he was going to make the mistake and sit him against Skubal after the big night, but it's a left-on-right matchup. He played well. He hit 2 home runs, had the big moment. We got to find a spot. That's what you do with players like this. This guy's hitting. Okay, I got to find a spot for him. So he's going to play first today. He's big. He's stocky. He'll be over there, no problem. And
that's exactly what we wanted to see.
Yeah, and listen, I see people over on the YouTube talking about what do they do with Pavin Smith. This is a good problem to have. If Jose Fernandez plays well enough that we have to have this conversation in a week or so, it's a good thing. That is a good problem to have, that you have a player that has filled a role adequately to the point where you don't want to take that spot away from him. That's a good problem for the Diamondbacks to have. And you know what? Competition. We talked about it all spring long. Competition brings out the best. It brought out the best in the relievers, and now it's going to bring out the best in these bats. If Jose Fernandez wants the spot, it is there for him to take. If he continues to play like last night, it's going to be no questions asked. That's our DH every single day. Especially if he can have some good at-bats today against the defending Cy Young winner in the American League.
Yeah, we'll see how he holds up today, right?
Yeah, it's
a great test.
This is a great test, right? You want to see if this has some staying power. If you want to see if this is, a guy that can be a regular for you in the lineup.
Doesn't need to be 3 hits today, but can I have some good at-bats?
And
today?
you know what? He showed the ability to handle the moment last night against Jansen, so why not throw him to the wolves in a way here against Skubal? You 100%. Showed that you could handle it against Jansen. You're going for the sweep. It's basically found money for the Diamondbacks. They've already won the series. So, yeah, we'll put him at first. Maybe not the position we originally thought he was going to play here at the big league level. We got to get this bat in the lineup. And again, I just love the poise that he showed. He didn't look like he was thinking too hard. Just felt like he was playing free and easy out there. And again, to do that in that moment against Jansen was just great. The answer backs, they're back.
That is, we kind of asked this question just because they had so many question marks, right? And it's not Eugenio Suarez at the bottom of this lineup. It's not Josh Naylor anymore. Could they still be the answer backs, right? Like, could this group of guys lengthen the lineup? And last night, I think you saw it.
Oh, of course. I mean, they were down 5-0 in this game. One bad inning from Brandon Pfaadt, you worried that this was going to be a disaster.
Who outside of that really didn't pitch poorly.
We'll talk about Brandon a little bit later on here. Again, lots of layers to this onion. And we've spent the entire open here talking about Jose Fernandez, and obviously so. He had a great MLB debut, and he won the team the game with that 3-run home run, responsible for 4 of the 5 RBIs in this game. But there's also Brandon Pfaadt. There's also the bullpen to talk about from this one. And this was a great night for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And, boy, all of a sudden it makes you feel a little differently about the 2 one-run losses in L.A. against the Dodgers, doesn't it? And this is why you let a season mature. This is why you let yourself get into a season and you don't overreact to the first 3 games, because this looks like a totally different team. Why? Because you're starting to see it offensively, and now you're getting contributions from players that at the start of the year you didn't anticipate. You didn't anticipate Jose Fernandez 4 games into the season being asked to be a mainstay in your lineup. Well, he gets a start last night, plays third base, you give Nolan the day off, and he delivers, takes full advantage of the opportunity, and now you can't take him out of the lineup. You got to play him against Skubal to see what he does. And so he's in there. He's playing first base today. Jordan Lawler also making his first start in center field. That's another interesting wrinkle to this. The Diamondbacks, the series finale against the Tigers today at 12:40. 480-864-1060 is the phone number. You want to weigh in on the Diamondbacks and their big comeback win last night against the Tigers. We will continue to break down this performance as the show progresses. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, it was a great night for the Diamondbacks. The Suns, not so much. Dillon Brooks returned to the lineup. We'll break it all down next. It's the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade 2026. Live at Chase Field, September 6th, 2026. With special guest, Jimmy Eat World. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit mychemicalromance.com.
Helping your money do more means putting yourself in the financial driver's seat.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no better or more literal way to do that than with a low-rate auto loan from America First Credit Union. Plus, for a limited time, when you finance your new vehicle with America First, you'll enjoy no payments for 90 days. And that means getting more mileage out of every cent you spend. So make your money move. Head to AmericaFirst.com to apply for pre-approval of your low-rate auto loan today. Eligibility, terms, conditions, and creditworthiness apply. Subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal opportunity lender.
Winning once, that's a good season. But building a streak, that takes showing up. Every call, every claim, every day. AAA Auto Insurance is ranked number 1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest by J.D. Power. 2 years in a row. And we don't take this repeat for granted, because trust isn't a given. It's earned. Join the millions of satisfied drivers who choose AAA Auto Insurance. Get a quote at AAA.com/quote. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit JDPower.com/awards.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at ChoosePrimavera.com. That's ChoosePrimavera.com.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. More and more details are emerging regarding Tiger Woods rolling his vehicle, and none of them are good. According to a probable cause affidavit, Woods told authorities that he was looking down at his phone and changing the radio station before he rolled his whip. That's what you're going with? You were looking down at your phone. in changing your radio station. That means either you're lying to authorities or you are one of the dumbest people ever. Which one is it? And while I know looking at your phone while changing the station at high speeds is really reckless and dumb, I didn't know it causes individuals to have, quote, extremely dilated pupils and bloodshot and glassy eyes, in addition to profuse sweating and the individual being lethargic and slow, all of which were also laid out in the affidavit. Oh, did the phone and radio put those 2 hydrocodone pills in your pocket too, Cat? Wake the hell up, Tiger, before you end up in another ditch, or worse yet, you put one of us in one. I'm Jim Rome.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. Limit supply. See store for details. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Who says vaping is safer than cigarettes? Science does not support that belief. Vapes can contain a variety of chemicals, flavoring agents, cancer-causing elements, and other harmful substances. High levels of nicotine in some vapes can be more likely to lead to addiction, and chemical ingredients are not always listed accurately on vaping packages. Vaping can also damage your DNA, your heart, your lungs, and even your smile. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
Sponsored by Underwriters Laboratories.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you. And I feel like last night's on me. And I feel somewhat responsible for last night's Suns loss.
Thank God we got the D-backs game after the Suns loss.
Do you know why I think it's my fault? You know what we didn't do the other 2 days of this week on the program?
It's a disgrace.
I mean, we didn't add 2 red W's for Utah and Memphis.
It's a disgrace.
So I think
it is your fault.
I think. Well, hold on, because you also have a role in this, because you could have.
I'm the producer of the program. I should have kept us on track.
I should have kept
us on track. That's my fault.
And because we don't have the 2 red W's for Utah and Memphis, that may be the reason why the Phoenix Suns turned the ball over 14 times in the first half and lost to the Orlando Magic 115-111. I mean, they dug themselves a massive early hole because of those 14 turnovers. They ended the game with 20 turnovers. 14 of them came in the first half. They played great in that third quarter, though. Flying around, making plays, playing with a ton of energy, clawing their way back into it. But this is kind of the problem with this team right now, right? And this is why we said, great, you beat Utah. Great, you beat Memphis. You're supposed to. That Orlando team you faced last night, it's an Orlando team that's kind of in your same zip code, your same tax bracket. And unfortunately, the Suns have looked like that way too much recently. They have not played their cleanest brand of basketball, right? The way they finished against Boston, the way they finished against Minnesota, the way they finished against San Antonio, the way they played against Milwaukee. And I'm just looking at recent. We can go back and talk about February if you'd like to. This team hasn't played like the team we saw the first couple months of the season, since the first couple months of the season. And so when they do it against Utah and Memphis, you can breathe a sigh of relief because that's what it's supposed to look like. But then you see this game against Orlando and you go, how are they going to beat LA? How are they going to be competitive against San Antonio and or Oklahoma City? More than likely San Antonio. How are they going to win in the postseason if this is the way they play when the competition level's turned up? You also had Jordan not just go away from Jalen Green for the entire fourth quarter. Sat him down with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter? Didn't play in the fourth? Said he wanted to go with his smaller lineup? That's not encouraging. That you felt like Jalen Green wasn't a part of an answer for you against Orlando? This is one of your starters that you felt were actually better off with a lineup that doesn't have Jalen Green in it after the way that he played the previous two nights against Utah and Memphis. Tied for the team lead in turnovers with Devin Booker. They each had 4. You got to be more responsible with the basketball. 20 turnovers in a game, that's not. Let me tell you what, you're not beating LA with 20 turnovers. You're not beating Oklahoma City or San Antonio once, let alone twice, to make it a competitive series. If you're turning the basketball over 20 times, can you imagine what Oklahoma City is going to do if you turn the ball over 20 times against them? Can you imagine what San Antonio is going to do to you? They're going to chew you up and spit you out.
You'll lose either of those games by 30 plus. You turn the ball over 20 times.
Can't play this way. And so you went to the smaller lineup. It didn't get it done. I also thought it was interesting the way they had the starting lineup in the game last night. Decided to move Royce O'Neal to the bench. So it was Devin Booker, Colin Gillespie, Jalen Green. They've been going with these 3-guard lineups. And then it was Dillon Brooks and Oso Ighodaro. And let's talk about it. That was not Dillon Brooks' best game. He did not play well last night. Now, I want to be fair to Dillon. He's a veteran. He's missed, 4 to 6 weeks with this hand injury. He's got to get back into the flow of things. This is why we wanted the longest runway possible for Dillon Brooks to reinsert himself into the starting lineup, because we knew it was going to be bumpy, and it wasn't great last night. That's why he needs every game possible here down the stretch to get comfortable for when they play LA, from when they play Oklahoma City or San Antonio, if they're able to get in to the first round of the playoffs. But it was not good last night. And it was every fear that we have had outside of when they play Utah or Memphis. It is the turnovers. It's not playing their brand of basketball. It's digging themselves these early holes, the 20 turnovers. They've been playing like this against this type of opponent, the good quality competition, basically since the beginning of February. And last night, it was a reminder of what has been going wrong for this team for the last 2 months.
It continues to be kind of a late season skid, this team. And there's been times where we thought for a second they've kind of gotten out of it. But it's been a full, 2.5 month slump here. It has felt like. Because they haven't played their best form of basketball since the All-Star break.
No, I mean, the last great stretch of basketball that they played, I guess, was the 6 of 7, right? The end of February, beginning of March, when they faced New Orleans, they faced Charlotte, they faced Milwaukee, they faced Indiana.
But
right?
Even that stretch falls in the midst of 2 really bad ones on either side of it.
Well, yeah, and in the middle of that stretch was that brutal home loss to Chicago that I just keep staring at every time I look up at the schedule. And when they've played good teams, they've struggled, right? They lost at Toronto, they lost at Boston, they lost at Minnesota, they lost at San Antonio. In February, they lost to the Clippers. They couldn't beat Golden State when they were playing well. They couldn't beat Oklahoma City. They couldn't beat San Antonio and Austin. They couldn't beat Portland, who's kind of surging here at the end of the season. They're just not playing their brand of basketball. And I know Orlando turned the ball over a bunch last night and still were able to win the basketball game. But what we saw last night from the Suns is not their A-plus game. And it's not the type of game that's going to allow them to beat San Antonio or to beat the Clippers. And they're trying to figure out how to play Booker and Brooks and Green all together. This is why them only playing 6 games together has its fair share of drawbacks. And it just wasn't good basketball last night from the Phoenix Suns. And now they have a day off today. They are on the back part of this road trip at Charlotte, at Chicago. Should beat Chicago pretty handedly. Should get some revenge for what happened at the beginning of March. Charlotte's a team that's been playing better as of late. So we'll see. I mean, all of this is just kind of a tune-up for the play-in. But right now, I mean, how can you pick them confidently to win the play-in game?
You can't. You can't. What have you seen that makes you think this team can beat the Clippers right now over the last month and a half.
And don't point to, Utah and Memphis. And yeah, they almost beat Denver. And I think if they have Dillon Brooks in that game, they probably do beat Denver. But
that's it.
There's no moral victories this late in the season. You got to win or lose.
The moral victories are over for this basketball team. They're over. They ended at Christmas time, if not by Thanksgiving.
And sure, you fought back last night, right? You were down early because you turned the ball over a bunch, and you battled back. You had a great third quarter. Offense was flying all over the place. You're making shots. Once again, Rasheer Fleming just involved in a bunch of stuff. But at the end of the day, you dug yourself that early hole, and just when it comes to the crunch time right now, they just go with these big stretches where they can't make a basket. They go with these big stretches where it's just mistake after mistake after mistake. And it's not so much the sheer number of turnovers, but it's when they're occurring in the game. It's these just big stretches where it just feels like a plague that is spreading through the team, and they can't get themselves out of it.
And it just feels all like they're very poorly timed.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Just like the Diamondbacks series against the Dodgers, it felt like the 3 runs that the bullpen gave up in the non-Taylor Clark innings were just the most ill-timed runs of all time. Feels like these stretches of not being able to score or the turnovers being a problem, they just feel like they come at the worst time. And so we're kind of half in, half out with this team right now. You can't feel super confident about them going into a play-in. And you look at the standings, you've got a 3-game lead over LA right now. So you feel pretty comfortable that you're going to be able to hold on to that 7 seed and get the home game, but you're 3-7 in your last 10. You got Portland, where if you lose to the Clippers in that playing game, because they get you when you face Portland, Portland's on fire right now. They've won 2 in a row, 7-3 in their last 10. They're a team that's ascending. Are you a team that's ascending right now? Best case scenario, you're a team that's just kind of so-so. You may be a team that's kind of sliding on a little bit of a skid. I can maybe try to paint the picture that you're kind of up and down. Portland, a team that's on the rise. Portland, a team that's kind of ascending at the right time, peaking, gaining confidence. Can't say the same about the Phoenix Suns. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Our guy Eric over there says this team lives and dies with the 3 with no low post presence. Maybe Mark Williams was the difference early on before he hit the wall. Malawach needs more minutes. Yeah, the size can be a concern at times for this team, and that's why we were waiting for Dillon Brooks to come back to help defensively, and we were waiting for Mark Williams to come back to be kind of that spark plug in the center and be that rim protector. But they don't have Mark Williams back just yet. Still waiting for him to return to the lineup. When we come back, Brandon Pfaadt made his debut, completing 1 full turn through the rotation for the Diamondbacks. How did he do last night, and how has this rotation performed so far in the early part of the season? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Beerstein.
People that haven't watched college basketball would say that there was no real Cinderella team. It's Iowa. You know why? Because Iowa isn't even Iowa. They're the Drake Bulldogs, the 30-plus win team, and they were coached by Ben McCullum. And McCullum got a job this year as the Iowa head coach. And you know what Ben McCullum did? He brought over 5 guys from Drake. 4 leading scorers or top 3 scorers are from Drake. Iowa is your Cinderella story.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m.
John Mellencamp. Dancing Words Tour, the greatest hits. August 9th. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. John Mellencamp. Part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
My uncle had a Maytag washer that ran for 37 years. Never broke, not once. His motto was buy it once, cry once, and never worry again. So when I started A1 Garage Door Service, I thought about my uncle's Maytag. And I thought about you, my clients. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. I built something that no other garage door company can offer. The Max Life Spring System. The average garage door spring only lasts about 10,000 cycles. That's only 3 to 5 years. We engineered springs that last up to a lifetime, over 100,000 cycles. That's 30 plus years at a minimum. And the best part, the Max Life spring is almost the same price as the standard springs most companies use. Buy once and never worry again. From garage door repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com. Buy once and never worry again.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
When your auto insurance shows up, every call, every claim, every day, that's a win. J.D. Power has ranked AAA #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest 2 years running. Get a quote at AAA.com/quote. Visit JDPower.com for details.
On May 3rd, experience the hits, the history, and the harmony that defined a generation. War, live at Stargazer Pavilion at Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. After decades of iconic hits, you can watch War live at Cliff Castle on May 3rd. With tickets starting at just $45, get yours today at cliffcastlecasinohotel.com or at the Hunt and Gather gift shop.
Monument Valley? Check. Grand Canyon? Check. Sedona? Check. Camelback? Check. Think you've seen it all in Arizona? Well, if you haven't been fishing, you haven't seen a thing. From ponds and reservoirs to rivers and lakes, our state has no shortage of ways to cast a line for beginners and pros. And a fishing license is your passport to all of them. Get your license at azgfd.gov and discover a whole new way to see Arizona.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of you social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan is on the other side of the glass. What a night it was last night for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Their big comeback win, securing themselves a series win over the Detroit Tigers, 7-5. It was Brandon Pfaadt on the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and I am glad that the Diamondbacks were able to come back in that game and win last night, not just because they won the baseball game, but because I thought it was going to be a little unfair to Brandon, that he was going to take an L in a game where he just had one bad inning, and it was really just one bad stretch. Because outside of the 5-run third, I thought Brandon Pfaadt was the best we've seen him in a really long time. He sat down the first 7 to start the game. Was perfect through the first 2 innings, 6 up, 6 down. Got the leadoff guy to start the third. Then it kind of got sideways on him. But then after that third inning, 1-2-3 in the fourth, 1-2-3 in the fifth. He walked Carpenter in the sixth and got a double play. And you want to talk about bouncing back from an absolute disaster, a 5 spot. You're down 5-0 in the third inning. You're thinking to yourself watching the game, Brandon's not going to go deep. You're going to have to burn the bullpen. Somebody's going to have to wear it. This is a disaster. Brandon settled down and allowed one base runner after that? In the fourth, a fly out, a ground out, a strikeout. In the fifth, a strikeout, a fly out, a ground out. Yeah, the one walk in the sixth, that's it. The only base runner he allowed after the fifth inning. One big inning, put up a 5 spot on him and makes his box score look worse than it actually was. I thought he was really good last night. Showcased all of the stuff. Through the sinker, through the curveball, through the sweeper, mixed in the cutter, the change, the 4-seam, showed every pitch in the arsenal. Interesting to see the way he attacked the righties and the lefties. He went sinker sweeper predominantly against the righties. Then against the lefties, that's where he went to the curveball. And he's going to have to develop that attack for those left-handed batters that isn't the sweeper. And it looks like it's going to be the curve here. He actually threw it 41% of the time against left-handed pitchers. He was hit hard, especially in that third inning. That was where it got sideways on him. Rogers hit a double, 101 miles an hour. Cole Keith, his single was 105 off the bat. Riley Green's double was 101. Kerry Carpenter, 108.2 on his single. I mean, he was hit hard in that inning, and that's always been the issue for Brandon. Is he able to limit the hard contact? Got to jam guys in, got to get the weak contact on the ground, keeping stuff down in the zone. And it's a work in progress for a young starter, but I thought outside of that third inning, he was great last night. And I know what the box score is going to show, but when you compare it to what Michael Soroka did the night before, I thought it was a good response from Brandon. I thought he looked like somebody that deserved a spot in this rotation. And again, just like we said in the open, that the Diamondbacks, if Jose Fernandez can continue to hit well at the big league level, they're going to have a good problem to solve when Pavin Smith comes back. If Brandon Pfaadt continues to pitch like that, can avoid the big inning, if Michael Soroka can look close to the version he was 2 nights ago, the Diamondbacks are going to have a good problem when Merrill Kelly returns to this lineup if they don't want to go to a 6-man rotation. So I thought it was good last night from Brandon. Thought he deserved better than that third inning provided for him. So good to see the Diamondbacks come back and pick up that victory. Also, bad night behind the plate for Bill Miller, the home plate umpire. 6 for 9 teams were in overturning challenges on Bill Miller. It felt like every time you looked up at the screen, somebody was challenging, and he was getting it wrong. 1, 2 here and there is great, but when 9 total challenges and 6 of them get overturned.
Now, it's not nearly as bad as what has happened to CB
No,
Buckner.
CB Buckner's had a rough week, both behind the plate and also in the field.
The strike zone happens, man. It happens. What happened yesterday at first base is inexcusable.
Was a rough go of it for CB Buckner. It was also a rough go of it for Bill Miller. Got overturned 6 times last night. And listen, there's a human nature to this. At some point, you just got to feel like, well, what do I got to do here? I keep getting these wrong. You start to doubt yourself.
No, 100%. Then you start asking yourself, am I right?
Right. You start to question everything about your zone. So it was a rough night for him. Got overturned 6 times. Did not get overturned on the last play of the game, though. Also, very clearly a strike, but you can't take the ABS challenges with you, so I'm going down with the video.
No, I love challenging there.
Yeah, Zach McKinstry challenging the final play of the game.
You pointed it out this morning, too. Paul Sewald felt a little confused by it.
I don't know if Paul knew what was going on because they cut back to him, and he had the ball in his hand, and his glove was up like he was ready to throw another pitch. Now, if the call got overturned, he needed to be ready, but it felt like even after it was a strike and they, turned off the lights and they were celebrating, he still didn't know what was going on. But it was a good night for the Diamondbacks. I thought it was an overall good night for Brandon Pfaadt. And now we have seen this Diamondbacks rotation one turn through. And shout out to one of our favorite social media accounts, D-Back Stats and Info, for putting these numbers together. This is the numbers for the rotation one turn through. A 4.74 ERA. They've pitched 24 2/3 innings. They've allowed 21 hits, 14 runs, 13 of them earned, 3 home runs, 9 walks, 24 strikeouts, and a 1.21 whip. The overall team ERA is a 5.57, and that ranks 27th out of the 30 teams in baseball. But I just want to focus on the starters here. A 4.74 ERA, they've got to be better than that. The 24 2/3 with 5 starters, they got to go deeper into games. Brandon got you through 6 last night. Did a nice job battling back from that lengthy 5th inning to give you some length. So they've got to get more from their starters. They are not going to win baseball games at a clip that they need to make the postseason with a 4.74 ERA and with guys not going deep into games. The walks are a little concerning, 9 of those, the 21 hits, and the 14 runs. Look at it this way. 5 of them were in 1 inning last night. Ryan Nelson gave up a bunch in 1 inning. So limit the big inning, and this rotation's pretty good. Limit the big inning, the massive crooked number, and this rotation is basically what we thought it was going to be going into the beginning of the season.
I mean, think about it for 2 starters alone. Zach Allen in game number 1. Brandon Pfaadt last night. Ryan Nelson. I mean, that's 3.
Right, let's do some quick math on this. The 5 last night, because they've given up 14 runs as a pitching staff. 13 of them earned. But let's just use the 14 number. 5 in 1 inning last night. That gets us down to what, 9? Dodgers scored 4 in the 5th off of Zach Gallen. That's 9. That's 9 of the 14 runs in just 2 innings worth of the 24 and 2/3 innings. I mean, there you go. There's your answer. You got to limit the big inning. Diamondbacks so far 1 turn through haven't been able to do that. Their ERA is a 4.74. So I expect that to not be the norm. I expect them to avoid that big inning. I don't expect Zach Gallen today against the Tigers to give up, a big inning that goes sideways on him. Boy, what a pitching matchup we have today with Zach Gallen and Tarek Skubal. Throw that on here in the TV in the studio on 1240. At least catch the first couple of innings here while we're on air.
It could be a long day for the D-backs lineup today.
Hey, listen, you're going up against a Cy Young candidate, a Cy Young winner already.
It's no knock on the D-backs lineup.
You're going up against somebody who's great. I thought Brandon Pfaadt, outside of that 3rd inning, was great last night. I thought he showed that this is going to be a battle. If they're going to go to a 5-man rotation when Merrill Kelly comes back, who's going to be the odd man out? I thought Brandon showcased his stuff in a real nice way. And it looks like we're going to get another turn through with all these guys. So we'll get to see Brandon once more. We'll get to see Erod once more. We'll get to see Michael Soroka once more. And so we'll have at least a little bit of a larger sample size to make that decision. Again, if that's what they want to do, I could see them going to a 6-man rotation. But I thought Brandon Pfaadt looked really good last night. 1 turn through the rotation. The numbers don't look great for the Arizona Diamondbacks, but just a couple of big innings. Other than that, it's been a lot of zeros. It's been a lot of great from this Diamondbacks rotation. So limiting those big innings, going deeper into games, the 2 things they have to focus on. And if they do that with the offense playing the way that's playing right now, the bullpen, which we're going to get to a little bit later on here in the show, you can get really excited about what this team is showing you here. They win today, it's a sweep. You're 3-3, and boy, you forget about getting swept in that first series of the year. So it was great last night from Brandon Pfaadt. Really good job settling down there after that 3rd inning, giving the team length, getting them 6 innings. And again, outside of that 3rd inning, he was great. Allowed 1 base runner outside of that 5th inning. Was really, really good. Again, the hard contact, got to get guys in, got to get that weak contact on the ground. But he's a young pitcher, developing his stuff, developing a plan of attack for when he faces lefties. And so I thought overall it was a good night last night. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us, the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Our guy John over there says that 1 ball overturned less than 0.1 of an inch. Yeah, there are some razor thin calls. And so if I'm an umpire and as a fan of the sport and as somebody watching, you should not really get on an umpire when it's that close. When it's that razor thin, they're mostly getting it right? Those are, yes, I know by the book, it's a wrong call, but just shows you how razor thin the margin is for these umpires. Now, the ones that are an inch, 2 inches, 2.5 inches, yeah, those are bad misses, and those need to be corrected. But those razor thin ones, man, that just shows you the margin for error here in this game. When we come back, we've talked about a lot of mock drafts here on the program. How about one with a wide receiver at number 3? We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, choose the attorneys at Sweet James. They help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. Free case review. Help available 24/7. Hablamos Español. 800-9-MILLION. 800-9-MILLION. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tick-Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
Gorillas, live in Phoenix. The Mountain Tour 2026. Performing at Mortgage Matchup Center, Friday, October 23rd. With special guests, Little Sims and Deltron 3030. Get ready to feel good all over again. The new album, The Mountain, is out now. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Hey, it's Phil Shaver with HomeSmart, and I want to buy your house. I'm a local investor that buys homes for cash all over Maricopa and Pinell County. I buy inherited homes, nice homes, rental homes, homes that are behind on mortgage payments, and I even buy ugly homes that need fixing. Also, are you looking to get closer to market value for your house? As a licensed realtor, I've been able to buy and sell thousands of homes. Since I'm local, you can call me directly on my cell phone, 480-409-9999. Again, that's 480-409-9999. I don't work for a big corporation or hedge fund, so I can only buy 3 to 5 homes per month. There are no fees involved, and you can pick your own close date. The best part is I buy homes as is, so you don't have to worry about doing any repairs. Again, you can call me directly at 480-409-9999, or you can go to my website, gosoldaz.com. That's gosoldaz.com.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
An in-state rivalry matchup for ASU baseball this Thursday night right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sunbells as they make their way to High Corbett Field to take on the University of Arizona. Head coach Larry Bloomquist is ready to lead his team to an opening victory against the Wildcats. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live from Tucson. It's ASU versus the U of A this Thursday night. Pregame at 5:45 p.m. and first pitch at 6 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and the KDUS app.
Wrapping up hour number 1 here in the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan is on the other side of the glass. It's draft month. It is officially April 1st. This is not an April Fool's joke.
I got to tell you,
The NFL draft.
For this program, are there two things we love more than the start of Major League Baseball season and the NFL draft?
Oh, I got to tell you, April's a great month for the show. I mean, April is a month where we're just locked in. I mean, we got baseball and we've got the NFL draft. I mean, there's nothing that this show loves more than those two things.
I got to tell you, too, April's a busy month for me. I got ready. Today starts a stretch for me
Okay.
of 4 birthdays of friends and family in a row, back to back.
You got a lot of personal stuff.
Happy birthday, Grammy, today.
Okay, happy birthday, Grammy.
So that's today.
It took us a whole hour to get to that, but okay, happy birthday to you.
And then tomorrow, my brother's birthday.
Okay, we'll save those pleasantries for tomorrow.
And then I got 2 friends days after that.
All right, so we'll get to listen. Let's do one at a time here.
Yep. So happy birthday, Grammy.
Masters week next week.
Yep. This is the best month of the year outside of October.
NFL draft is right around the corner.
October, April.
Well, so October, why? Because playoff baseball, NFL football,
and you do get like the start of the NHL, the NBA.
Okay.
And I think I would rather have. I love the start of the MLB season, but playoff baseball is playoff baseball.
Oh, of course, playoff baseball is a different level.
Give me October in a draft. If you were drafting months,
it's not our draft topic for today.
That isn't, but that's a really good idea.
File that one away. Put that on the list of things we can do in the future.
I think October's early.
I mean, we may
December's early.
We can do it. We could do it next week as our. We don't have one for next week. I mean, I don't just file it away.
I'm filing it away here.
Oh, lots of happy birthdays to Grammy over on the YouTube chat. Everybody's getting in on the happy birthdays. I mean, listen, it's Grammy's birthday. I don't know why it took us 52 minutes to get to that here today. Should have, when I played the daily special, we should have opened with that instead of Jose Fernandez. What are we doing? What are we doing here? It is draft month. The NFL draft just 23 days away. Just a couple of weeks until the NFL draft. The Cardinals will be on the clock with the number 3 overall pick. And there's a mock draft over on SI.com that presents a different strategy for the Arizona Cardinals at number 3. We've been focusing on, hey, go out there and get an offensive tackle. Hey, go out there, get an edge rusher. Maybe you trade out of number 3. Oh, no. This SI mock draft has them staying at the number 3 spot. And it has them taking another 5-pillar position. So they're trying to play to my heartstrings here. Cardell Tate, wide receiver out of Ohio State with the number 3 overall pick. This is the blurb about Cardell Tate at the number 3 pick. Quote, I can certainly see the Cardinals taking a tackle to fill their need on the right side, but new coach Mike LaFleur just spent the past 3 years watching Rams coach Sean McVay value wide receivers more than offensive linemen. The Cardinals' future long-term quarterback, who will probably come from the first round of the 2027 draft, could hit the ground running with a receiving trio of Tate, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Michael Wilson, end quote. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with that paragraph. I would love the quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals in 2027, the future franchise quarterback, to be set up for success at the wide receiver position. And adding Tate to Marv and Michael Wilson certainly would do that. But you've got other needs. Because how are you going to develop Tate? How are you going to get Marvin Harrison Jr. on track if you can't protect your quarterback on the right side? How are you going to be able to compete in the NFC West if you don't have two pass rushers that can get after the quarterback? And I know wide receiver, one of the 5 pillar positions. I get it. But doesn't this feel more like a luxury that I just don't know if the Cardinals can afford right now? Tate's a great player. He may be the top wide receiver in this class. Teams may look at him and they don't have the injury concerns like they do with a Jordan Tyson. And so he may be the first receiver off the board. Not disagreeing with the pick inside the top 5, not disagreeing with the blurb about why it makes sense. I get all of that. But is it a luxury to take a wide receiver at number 3 when you have some other more pressing needs? And oh, by the way, not only do you have some more pressing needs, but you have a draft class that kind of has solutions to those needs at number 3. You can take Maui Noah. You can take Orville Reese. You can take David Bailey. You can take Sonny Styles. I mean, you could take a bunch of other players that are better fits for what your team needs than to go out and get a wide receiver when, in theory, you have a wide receiver 1 in Marvin Harrison Jr., and you have a really good wide receiver 2 in Michael Wilson. Just feels like a luxury that I don't know if I want the Cardinals to explore. It feels like you're just going to leave yourself short at some really important areas going into the season.
And it's also, listen, you know the value we put on receivers in this room. On the show, we love the value of receivers. You still picked one number 4 overall. I get it.
Just recently.
It has not looked great. I understand it. I don't know if I'm willing to go back to that, that basket, though, and take one at 3.
Right. Are you going back to that well too soon?
Especially after the final 10 games I got from Michael Wilson, specifically working with Jacoby Brissett.
Also, I would feel a lot better about taking a wide receiver if at the end of this year in Mike LaFleur's offense, we're still wondering what Marvin Harrison Jr. is.
Then it's a complete, we have a change in offensive scheme that could unlock Marv, right? In a sense.
One would assume that in a LaFleur system, a McVay-Shanahan system, right, an off branch of that system, that Marv should be able to thrive. And so if he can't thrive under this system, it's now 2 head coaches, it's 2 offensive philosophies, it's different quarterbacks. Now, all of a sudden, I've got 3 years of this isn't working. Now I'm more willing to go out there and get another wide receiver.
And it feels as if it doesn't work now, it's probably not going to work.
Because let's talk about it. Let's say you take a wide receiver at number 3. You got to get him on the field right away, right? Are you able to evaluate all 3 of your wide receivers? Are you able to get all of them enough touches?
No.
It feels like it would create more problems than it would solve.
You're not able to get, 1, them enough touches. 2, you're not able to, you're just not able to evaluate Marv, whoever you take, if it is Tate, and then
Michael
Wilson, who, let's face it, I don't know if he can continue to do this.
Meat and potatoes, man. Tackle, edge, meat and potatoes. Build the trenches out. Make it easy for your new coach and your new quarterback to just be able to protect the QB and get after the QB. That's it. That's the way the NFL's played, and the Cardinals have issues in both of those areas. Hour number 1 of the program in the books. We start hour number 2 with a little buy or sell next. It's the lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
What if you had to skip breakfast and lunch and dinner? At St. Mary's Food Bank, that's a reality for many of our neighbors in need. 250,000 people rely on the food bank every day. Your donations are what makes feeding them possible. Donate and get a dollar-for-dollar Arizona charitable tax credit, up to $495 for individuals and $987 for couples filing jointly. Learn more at stmarysfoodbank.org.
Florence and the Machine presents the Everybody Scream Tour. Live at Desert Diamond Arena, Saturday, May 9th. The incomparable Florence and the Machine returns. With special guest, Mannequin Pussy. On sale now at livenation.com. The new album, Everybody Scream, available now. Everybody Scream.
Santana, Oneness Tour 2026. The power, the energy. Come celebrate your favorite hits from Woodstock to Supernatural and beyond. With very special guest, the Doobie Brothers. Friday, August 14th, Mortgage Matchup Center. On sale now at livenation.com. Santana and Doobie Brothers, Oneness Tour 2026.
Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort are two of Scottsdale's most iconic entertainment destinations, elevated by one premier loyalty experience, Salt River Rewards. Earn points on gaming, dining, and purchases. Then redeem for free play, cash, or exclusive savings on dining, spa treatments, and hotel stays with breathtaking valley views. Join today and get up to $25 in free play. Salt River Rewards at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
When I was a kid, my dream wasn't a mansion. It wasn't a yacht. It was a 250cc Kawasaki dirt bike sitting in the garage. That garage and that bike represented freedom. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello. At A1 Garage Door Service, we know your garage holds more than tools. It holds dreams. From repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com.
A1 from day one.
When your auto insurance shows up, every call, every claim, every day, that's a win. J.D. Power has ranked AAA #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest, 2 years running. Get a quote at AAA.com/quote. Visit JDPower.com for details.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Hour number 2 of the Wednesday edition of the Lunch Break here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you here today on the show. We kick off hour number 2 the same way that we always do, a little buy or sell. Producer Evan, does it feel better me pushing the buttons? Does it make your life a little easier over there?
On the music, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, specifically on the music.
Like the daily special, buy or sell.
Well, it doesn't even make it easier, actually. It's just so different than...
Because I usually do it.
Because you typically play the music and stuff.
And I will tell you, the only reason why I like pushing the buttons is I can then control it. And sometimes if we're in the middle of talking and I would like the music to be louder or lower and like you're saying something, I don't want to be like throwing my hands up and trying to tell you to do something and it throws you off. I can talk
quietly
and move the music around and do what I need to do. So I just like having the ability to, do this whenever I want,
And I also think with the daily special, sometimes you'll throw to it a different way.
Right. It's not always the same way that I get into the daily special.
No, I appreciated you at home making it very obvious.
We're not in the same room or at least in close vicinity, right? You're just looking at me through a screen. And so I just say, hey, daily special, hit the button.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got in today's buy or sell?
All right, in today's buy or sell.
By the way, a great dueling drafts coming up here in the next segment. Suns related. Sorry. Just wanted to tease what was coming up a little bit later.
The D-backs need a player or two to be better at the end of the lineup to be a playoff team.
So when we're referring to the end of the lineup, we're talking Nolan Arenado, Carlos Santana, Alec Thomas.
Correct. I would say that bottoms, 6 through 9.
Yeah, I mean, Lawler's been good, right? I mean, I kind of want to exclude him from this conversation. I think Lawler's had some great at-bats. He's hitting the ball hard. There's not a lot of those massive swing and misses where he looks confused and lost up there. He's playing great defense. Lawler, I think, is the exception to this. I think he's playing extremely well to start the season. I mean, yeah, I think they're going to need somebody else to emerge. I'm going to buy this. And we've said it all spring. It doesn't need to be everybody. It just needs to be somebody.
Yeah, you just need a piece or two.
And I would also argue it maybe doesn't need to be the same person for the entirety of the season. Can it be Nolan for 6 weeks? Can it be Santana for the 6 weeks after that? Can it be Ryan Waldschmidt when he comes up? Can Alec Thomas have a hot month of May? Like, can you just piecemeal it together where it's not so concentrated on Perdomo, on Marte, on Carroll? Although Corbin Carroll's playing like an MVP, so maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay if it's concentrated at the top.
And doesn't even need to be for a specific stretch. One guy tomorrow night, one guy the next night, right? Like, that's not typically how it goes in baseball, but you could also get that.
Right. It doesn't have to be somebody for the entirety of the season. Somebody doesn't have to have a career year for 162. Can you be good for 30 games? And then can somebody else pick up the baton? Because we know there are going to be stretches. We saw it in the first 3 games of the season, but there's going to be stretches where Corbin's kind of going through it. Ketel's kind of going through it. Perdomo's going through it. They hit that lull, right? There's this kind of rule of thumb. You're going to have 2 good months as a hitter. You're going to have 2 bad months as a hitter. It's what you do with that 3rd month, that 5th month that determines a good or a bad season. So we know there's going to be some stretches where those guys at the top of the lineup, they can't shoulder the entire burden. Somebody else is going to have to step up. Maybe it's Jose Fernandez. Maybe it's Jordan Lawler. Maybe it's Ryan Waldschmidt, right? Maybe it's Pavin Smith when he comes back. There's a lot of different candidates that can do it. It's just about doing it. But yes, I would agree the Diamondbacks need to get more production from the bottom part of their lineup.
The Cardinals will wait to draft their next starting quarterback until next year.
I think they're going to take a quarterback in this class, though. But you're talking franchise quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah, franchise quarterback, probably not in this class.
Unless, you think they could take, what,
I don't think this is going to happen. No. I don't think this is going to happen. But I think if Simpson's there at 34, they take him.
I think that's fair.
No, I don't think he gets there. I think somebody takes him in the first round. And I think the Jets could take him at 33, the pick right in front of the Cardinals. But if he got there at 34, I think they take him. And I think there's a chance he's a starter in the NFL.
I do too.
I think there's a world where he can be
Certainly.
a serviceable starter as his floor.
That's not crazy at all. Serviceable starter, he could certainly be that.
But do I think they're going to take a Carson Beck? Yeah, I do. By the way, they have a top 30 visit with both Beck and Simpson scheduled. They're going to meet with both of those guys.
And I'm happy they are. They should.
Absolutely. Again, I think I'm using this word correctly. The aversion on the program of drafting Ty Simpson is not the idea of taking Simpson at any point in the draft. It's this idea of trading back into the first round and giving up capital to take him in the first round. That's the problem we have with it.
You have so many holes. My issue is giving up future assets to fill one of those holes in a spot where you're going to have to move up quite a bit.
You're taking a guy that's made 15 career starts. You're taking a guy who is somewhat undersized for the position. And if you take him in the first round, you're just putting the expectations that this dude's going to start in 2026 and you're going to show signs of him being a franchise quarterback. And that to me feels like a recipe for disaster. You take him at 34, we're talking about Will Levis. We're talking about a Tyler Shuck. We're talking about it may work out, it may not, but no one's going to hold it against you, especially if you let him wait and get to you. But do I think they're going to take a quarterback in this class? I do. Do I think they'll take Ty Simpson? If he gets to 34, I do. I would throw up the stop sign as the third base coach if we're talking about trading back into the first round for him. I'm good.
I'm worried about the Suns and how they will fare in the play-in.
Oh, bye. Yeah, absolutely. How could you not be worried about the way this team is playing right now? How could you not see the way this team played against a good Orlando team last night and be worried? You saw the way they played against Boston and San Antonio and Minnesota. You saw the way they played those teams. You saw the way they played San Antonio the last time out. That's a team they're going to face potentially in the first round of the playoffs. They can't play this way and expect to be competitive. They've got 6 games left in the regular season to get it all to gel and to get it back on track. But right now, yeah, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about their ability to beat the Clippers in a 1-game win, and you're the 7 seed, lose, and you got to play again to try to be the 8 seed.
Are you ready for this next one?
Probably not, but go ahead.
It became clear today that part of Jordan Ott's hire was because of his MSU ties.
Okay, I love that you brought this up. I had this filed away as something I wanted to talk about when we did the Suns in hour number 1. I just couldn't get to it. But if you listen to KDUSAM 1060, if you were listening in the morning, you listen to the Dan Patrick Show, you listen to Tom Izzo being on the Dan Patrick Show, and Tom Izzo said that he's gotten NBA offers in the past. And then he offered up that he had an NBA offer last offseason because he was in serious talks, serious consideration for the Phoenix job. That a former player of Tom Izzo's, Matt Ishbia, they were having serious conversations about Tom Izzo being the head coach of the Phoenix Suns. And now it doesn't matter because Jordan Ott, I think, is showing that he's a good head coach. It doesn't matter because they've won a bunch of games. They're going to be a play-in team. They've exceeded expectations. But remember when Jordan Ott was hired and we talked about the Michigan State connections and everybody around Phoenix, the organization, tried to downplay it of, oh, Matt Ishbia doesn't know Jordan Ott. Matt Ishbia, they've never spoken before. The Michigan State connection, it's just a coincidence. I think this kind of puts to bed that idea that it did matter a little bit, that he came from Michigan State, that he had that in his background. Because if he was looking at Tom Izzo for that Michigan State connection and he was looking for that type of leadership, it certainly played a role. That's fine. It's fine. Listen.
The alignment.
We're in. Brian Gregory, I think, is a great general manager. He's shown to be competent at his job so far. Jordan Ott looks like he's going to be a good, if not great, head coach. I'm in. But it certainly does seem like it played some type of role in him getting hired. And that's okay because it's worked out. It's okay.
It has to.
And I don't think their process was bad. We said cast the widest net possible. And if that net included Tom Izzo, good. One of the brightest minds in the game. Of course you pick his brain. Of course, if you're Matt Ishbia, you leverage that relationship to sit down with him to get his perspective on the job and the organization. At least
ask him where you think the roster is.
Of course. No problem with this at all.
Dillon Brooks.
Oh, Dillon Brooks.
Will face at least one more 1-game suspension.
Probably. We were concerned when he picked up the 16th and he had the suspension against San Antonio because every other tech now was going to get him one. Then he missed all that time. We kind of forgot about it. But that's still a thing here through the final 6 games. And boy, they can't afford him to get suspended. He needs every chance to be on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, they need just to get back to where they were pre-everything, really. They need to get back. Like, he needs to be on the floor constantly.
He needs to play every game that he can the rest of the regular season.
Because there's nothing else to do.
And they've got 6 games to go in the regular season. There's a back-to-back in there. I don't think they'll be that aggressive with him. He needs to play in 5 of the 6 games. Just has to. Just has to.
Replacement refs will be the refs at the start of the NFL season.
I tend to think cooler heads are going to prevail here. Right? I tend to think that everybody is going to get together and they're not going to want a repeat of what we saw the last time we had replacement refs, right? And that was in the infancy of social media. Maybe close to the peak of social media, but it was towards the beginning. I mean, can you imagine, Producer Evan, can you imagine now with legalized sports betting and replacement referees? That sounds like a recipe for disaster for the NFL.
It's a complete disaster.
So I think smarter, cooler heads are going to prevail here, and they're going to come to an agreement because the first time there's a blown call in a massive way that ruins bets for a vast swath of the country, social media is going to be insanity.
See, it's funny you thought about it that way. My immediate thought is somebody's going to get to one of these.
Okay. that's just another branch of the sports
which is
betting.
even scarier.
Right. You can't have that.
Like my immediate thought is somebody will get to these replacement refs.
Because these replacement refs aren't making a ton of money.
No, exactly. Like they don't have the full-time job that the guys in the NFL do.
Yeah, you have to be worried about all of this stuff now that you're in bed with these gambling companies, now that it's legalized. And so the NFL, it just feels like it would be too much of a headache. So no, I think they will have, they're putting all the contingency plans in place. They're leaking all this stuff to the media to kind of put some pressure on the Referees Association. They're kind of negotiating in public a little bit, but they're going to get a deal done because I think for both sides, they don't need a catastrophe on their hands when we get to the regular season.
That's all I got for you.
Wow, a very rapid edition of Buy or Sell.
Yeah, we did get out of there quick.
That's good for
technically
us.
We're still a minute over.
No, but that's for us. That's as good as being on time.
I mean, that is on time.
1 minute over is on time for us. And we need all the time in the world for our draft coming up here.
We do.
It's Wednesday, which means we have a dueling draft. The topic for today's dueling draft, the most important Phoenix Suns the rest of the way. We'll draft our lists next. It's the lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RT O'Sullivan, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RT O'Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTO'Sullivans.com for a location near you.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law or visit ForThePeople.com for an office near you.
The Avett Brothers and Mike Patton present Avett Patton performing live at Arizona Financial Theater, May 12th. Avett Patton. On sale now at livenation.com.
Summer is calling, and Playcation is back at Talking Stick Resort with rates from just $129 and no resort fees for locals. Book now for stays May 15th through September 13th for one unforgettable staycation. Enjoy $25 in free play, $25 towards your favorite spa treatment, and more. Make Talking Stick Resort your summer destination. Book your stay today at TalkingStickResort.com. Life well played. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. When you step back and let the final moments settle in, the ending of the Duke-UConn game came down to a glaring mismatch in personnel maturity. Duke will always have talent. Year after year, the roster resets with elite one-and-doners expected to win immediately. The upside is obvious. The drawback shows up in moments like this, moments of pressure, because experience can't be rushed. The Boozer twins have the talent to carry Duke for years, but late turnovers in a game like that are part of the learning curve. On the other side, UConn leans on their coaching staff and experience. Alex Caravan didn't force the final shot. He passed up a contested look, found a better one. The rest is history. That's the difference. Talent puts you in position. Maturity decides what you do with it. And in March, when every possession, every decision carries more weight, it's not always the most gifted team that survives. It's the one that knows exactly what to do when the moment arrives. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. These days, everybody's searching for ways to save on insurance, scrolling comparison sites, digging through tips, chasing deals, but Liberty Mutual makes it simple. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance to save you money. And when you bundle, those savings really come through. It's insurance built for real people with a team that goes above and beyond to help you keep more of what matters. No hunting, no hassle, just confidence that your coverage customized with savings in mind. Start your quote at libertymutual.com. It's only natural. You see these golfers mistaking the True Green lawns for an actual golf course. Have you noticed that?
Come on.
No, I'm serious. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know what it takes to get golf course quality lawns.
So you're saying we could host a tournament out back?
Yeah, I guess we can. Get your own golf course quality lawn at truegreen.com. Truegreen.com. Let the pros handle the lawn. Just don't be surprised when golfers show up.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
It's lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060, streaming on the free KDUS AM 1060 app. You can watch us, the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel. And it's a Wednesday, which means we have a dueling draft. Last week, it was what? Baseball movies was our dueling draft topic?
Correct, yes.
So this week, our basketball-themed dueling draft, we are drafting the most important Suns the rest of the way. The players that are going to have the biggest impact on whether or not the Suns can be competitive in the postseason. Whose turn is it to go first?
It's your turn to go first.
You know that for certain.
I know that for certain. I took Moneyball to start last draft.
And you're keeping track of all these
I
drafts
was
now.
going to say, I also have track of all of them.
Perfect.
I started with Moneyball.
Okay.
And then you picked Sandlot.
That's right. Okay. So I get to go first. Dueling draft, most important Suns. There's two names for me for the 1-1 selection. Listen, I just don't. You can't go wrong taking this guy. Give me Devin Booker, number one.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right pick.
I mean, I think with your next two picks, you're going to get the guy that I was also considering for the number one spot. But this is the superstar of the team. This is the guy that you're going to turn to in the closing moments. And if the Suns are going to do anything, it's because Devin Booker is in the middle of it, making it happen. And if he's not making it happen for whatever reason, this team is going to struggle. So give me the superstar. Give me the guy who's got the supermax. Give me the guy that this thing's all going to run through. Give me Devin Booker, the most important Sun the rest of the way.
All right, so I'll take Dillon Brooks.
That's the other player I was considering for the top selection.
And
the reason why you take Brooks is because of the energy, what he brings for you defensively. You just feel like he makes everything gel more. I don't want to, speak for you, but those were all of the reasons I was considering him with the number one.
Yep, correct. And almost for a lot of those same reasons, I'm going to take Mark Williams.
Really? So you're going with a guy not playing right now. Don't know when he's coming back.
I guess this is down the stretch, not for the playoffs, not for the play-in.
No, you could listen.
Or does that count
No,
too?
of course. Most important on the rest of the way for them to achieve all of their goals. So you have Mark Williams.
Because they're going to need somebody better defensively.
Of course. 1,000%.
So I'm taking Mark Williams.
So I'm up for two. Most important Suns the rest of the way. I mean, I'm going to take him. Give me Grayson Allen. His health is a major question mark right now, but when he is healthy, his ability to hit threes, he can kind of lead a unit at times if you want to have Jalen Green on the sidelines, if you want to have Devin Booker on the sidelines. And I just think that the three-point shooting, we know this team goes with the way their three-point shooting goes. And if you don't have Grayson Allen, who's one of your better three-point shooters, I think it just the whole thing kind of tumbles apart. I want to do it here. I want to do it really badly.
If you don't, I will.
But I think third overall, it's just my third overall pick. I think it's a little early. I think getting him with the next 2 picks, my 4th or 5th pick, is the right play. I'm going to go Oso.
Wow.
Mark Williams isn't going to play every minute of every game. And Oso is undersized, yes, but his athleticism, his ability to rebound the basketball, he's able to kind of get that jumper, that floater in the lane off. They're going to need him to be that number 2 center if and when Mark Williams comes back. And if not, they need him to be the number 1 center. And they need to get better defensively at protecting the rim. And so I think Oso needs to play a big role in that. So I got Oso number 3. Go ahead. Take him and just crush my dreams.
Rasheer Fleming.
I just thought it was too early.
I get it. And if I didn't have back-to-back picks, I don't think I would take him there. But
he's been so good lately, man. He's been really good.
By
the way,
so good. He's a lot of the reason they win.
6 picks in, we haven't taken Jalen Green. I think that's notable.
Yeah, I'll take Jalen.
You can take him here?
Yeah.
Okay. The fall stops.
And by the way, I did think about Gillespie.
Well, you're thinking about him. I'll make him the pick here, Colin Gillespie. Doesn't it feel like there are games, it's not every game, but there are games where just Gillespie gets off to such a hot start and it just sets the tone for everything else?
Yeah, completely sets.
And I think Gillespie is probably better off coming off the bench than he is starting, leading that second unit and being the energy there. But they've been starting him and Booker and Green. They like this 3-guard approach. I don't know if it's working out as well as they think it is, but
I don't think it is.
You know what? I think this is a steal with the pick with the 5th pick. And I know he's banged up coming out of last night's game. Give me Jordan Goodwin.
Good pick.
Give me Jordan Goodwin as my 5th and final selection. Most important son the rest of the way.
Okay.
So you've got everybody. You got Kaman Malawach. You've got Royce O'Neal. You've got Ryan Dunn. You've got Jamari Bouye.
You're gonna be mad at my last pick. I just want to be clear and read the prompt again. The most important sons the rest of the way. I mean, Jordan not.
No, that doesn't count.
What?
He's not a player. He's not on the court. All right, fine. You want to take Jordan Ott?
No, I won't take Jordan Ott since you said I can't.
I mean, Jordan Ott would be 1-1 if we were including him as.
I was gonna say it's a complete technicality because of where I got him.
Right. If I knew that he was available, I thought we were talking just players here.
Yeah. I'll take Royce O'Neal.
It's good. It's good value. So some of the names we left off. Ryan Dunn. We left off. Who else did we leave off? Ryan Dunn.
Highsmith.
Malawach. Highsmith. Those are probably the only 3 that you would.
I think if you were just asking me for just this year, I don't know if I can take one of those guys.
No, and I think for the rest of the way, the 10 names that we invoked were much better. To recap, Devin Booker 1 for me, Grayson Allen 2, Oso Ighodaro, Colin Gillespie, and Jordan Goodwin. My 5 most important sons the rest of the way. Producer Evans got Dillon Brooks, Mark Williams, Rasheer Fleming. What a steal that was. Jalen Green and Royce O'Neal.
That's a good draft there. Any honorable mentions?
Maybe Ryan
Honestly,
Dunn.
I got to tell you, with doing the list like this, because you get 10 names instead of 5.
Right. Kind of
hard to fit in HMs, especially in basketball.
Yeah, and I think both of our number 1 picks are the right answers at the top in Booker and Brooks. It's going to run through those 2 guys.
Yeah, could you imagine if I didn't take Brooks in my first 2?
You left him for me, and I got Booker and Brooks. I could forfeit the rest of my picks, and I'd have the best draft.
I don't think you would have to pick.
I wouldn't have to pick. I would be good. Offensively, it's going to run through Booker. But I think energy-wise, defensive-wise, keeping everything cohesive, keeping everything on the rails in a close game late, that's where Dillon Brooks, I think, is so important to this team. That's why I almost considered him with the number 1 pick.
And I think maybe I was a tad early on taking Mark Williams.
No, but his
I
size,
just think his
the
rim
defense,
protection,
yeah, it's important.
They have missed his size so much over the last couple of weeks. They need him.
Of course. And I think they need what Rasheer Fleming has been giving them as of late. He's been really good.
Been really good.
It was good again last night. But they need three-point shooting. That's why I took Grayson where I did. Colin Gillespie's been great, kind of, at times being a spark plug. They just need these 10 guys that we drafted to just put it all together, man. Put it all together, and they can make this season. They can end this season on a good note. They can show that this season was worth something and be extremely competitive in the first round of the playoffs. There you have it. A dueling draft here today on the program. You want to weigh in on our dueling draft, the most important one for you here the rest of the way. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream when we come back. Yes, last night was the Jose Fernandez game, but a major assist goes out to the bullpen and one guy in particular. We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
People that haven't watched college basketball would say that there was no real Cinderella team. It's Iowa. You know why? Because Iowa isn't even Iowa. They're the Drake Bulldogs, the 30-plus win team, and they were coached by Ben McCullum. And McCullum got a job this year as the Iowa head coach. And you know what Ben McCullum did? He brought over 5 guys from Drake. 4 leading scorers or top 3 scorers are from Drake. Iowa is your Cinderella story.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, everything can change fast. That's when the attorneys at Sweet James step in. They help you understand your rights, connect you with medical care, and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. You don't pay anything unless your case is resolved successfully, and help is available 24 hours a day. If you've been injured, call Sweet James for a free case review. Hablamos Español. 800-900-0000. 800-900-0000. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tech-Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results. The Psychedelic Furs are back. Live. May 28th, 7:30 p.m. at the Celebrity Theater. The Psychedelic Furs. Playing all the hits with special guests. We are scientists. Tickets on sale now at celebritytheater.com. The Psychedelic Furs, brought to you by Danny Zalisco Presents.
With a Global Credit Card, you earn reward points for every purchase. Use your rewards at checkout at many of your favorite stores, or use points instead of cash when you shop online. You can even use them to book a flight up to 3 days in advance. New York, Vegas, Albuquerque. From groceries to getaways, redeem your way. Apply for your Global Credit Card now at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, your world of financial possibilities.
Meineke's highly skilled and certified technicians always treat your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care using the best state-of-the-art equipment. You can always depend on Meineke to do the job right and get you back on the road in no time. Save time and schedule an appointment now. Visit Meineke.com today. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
We're chatting with our guest, always safety first, 811 Megaphone Man.
Call 811 before you dig.
You never stray from your mission of letting homeowners, landscapers, and excavators know you should always call 811 before you dig.
Call 811.
Call for both small and big jobs. And 2 working days in advance?
811.
Any parting words? And I'm guessing they will be.
Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Southwest Gas.
811.
Been crazy busy these days? Sounds like you could use a little we time. That means playtime at the AAA 4-Diamond Wekopa Casino Resort. Game time with more than 900 slots plus table games. Maybe a tea time on one of 2 nationally ranked courses. And definitely some hang time at WKP Sportsbook, the largest sportsbook in the state. Wekopa Casino Resort. It's we time.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of you social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Oh, it's such a great feeling. Welcome back into the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan. I got the TV on in here. Some afternoon Diamondbacks baseball about to get underway. Zach Gallen against Tarek Skubal. An ace-off. So between two top pitchers in the game. Both of these teams ace on the mound. Should be a good one as the Diamondbacks go for the sweep. Was a great night last night for the Diamondbacks. Jose Fernandez with those 2 home runs, including the go-ahead 3-run shot off of Kenley Jansen. And yes, he deserves all of the praise for the job that he did last night. But let's face it, none of that happens if not for Brandon Pfaadt settling down there after that 3rd inning to keep it at just 5. And the job that the bullpen did, specifically Andrew Hoffman, to blank the Tigers once Pfaadt came out of the game. In fact, he got 3 scoreless from the bullpen last night, 2 from Andrew Hoffman. Paul Sewald picked up his 2nd save in his 2nd opportunity, so he's 2 for 2. So far, so good for the Diamondbacks with their closer. But I want to talk about Hoffman in particular because this is a guy who was used for multiple innings last night. You're starting to see across baseball, a lot of teams like to have this type of guy in their bullpen. That reliever that isn't your quote-unquote long man, right? Not the guy that is the mop-up when the starter doesn't have it, but more so a multi-inning reliever that can be trusted in those medium to high leverage spots. Now, when Hoffman came into the game, it wasn't necessarily a high leverage spot. The team was down. He was trying to keep them in it. But you do wonder if the Diamondbacks can start to trust Hoffman a little bit more and carve out that role for him where he can be that multi-inning reliever that can get you 6 outs. Because as we said yesterday, and bears repeating, Diamondbacks can't live in a world where they got to ask their bullpen to get 12 outs. Just don't think that's a recipe for success. You can't have your starter only going 5 innings and your bullpen's asked to get 12 outs every single day. I don't think you have the guys for it. I think you're going to wear guys down. I don't think you have the reinforcements. Just doesn't feel like a path for the Diamondbacks to be successful. And so you need length from your rotation, but maybe you also need guys like Andrew Hoffman, who on a day where maybe you're a little short in the pen, he can get you 6 outs to bridge the gap to the high leverage arms that you do have. And that's why I said medium to high leverage. Maybe he comes in and gives you the 6th and the 7th, and so now you have your setup man, your closer in the 8th, and you can keep everybody else fresh. You can keep Jonathan Loaisiga fresh. You can keep Paul Sewald fresh. You can keep those arms fresh all throughout the course of the season. And so I don't know if there's more to it. It was, I guess, a mop-up role when he came into the game, and he's been used that way so far this season. But that multi-inning reliever feels like something that every team wants to have, and I'm wondering if Andrew Hoffman can be that guy. Because, by the way, 3 scoreless from the bullpen last night.
Bullpen was great last night.
2 guys, but yeah, bullpen put up a bunch of zeros.
And you're going to need, in some of these days where you can't get that from your starter, you're going to need a guy who can get you 2 1/3 innings. It's not always going to be scoreless, but can he give up 1?
Well, and it's interesting because the Diamondbacks technically have 2 guys like that in the bullpen, because you also think Joe Ross can be that for you.
Didn't look great.
That's what the idea of Joe Ross being in the bullpen is supposed to
Correct,
be.
yes.
It did not go well for Joe Ross in his outing this season. But the idea is you have 2 of those guys. And so one of them can be more your traditional things go south. My starter gets knocked out of the game early. I need somebody to soak up innings. You can have that traditional quote unquote long man. But also you may need somebody that can be that multi-inning reliever that, yeah, you use him today. Guess what? Andrew Hoffman not available this afternoon. Andrew Hoffman maybe not available for 2 days after throwing multi-innings. But it's such a nice weapon to have so that you can keep everybody else fresh. Instead of using 2 guys to bridge the 6th and the 7th or the 7th and the 8th, now I only have to use 1. And Hoffman had the changeup working last night. He had the fastball working. He came in there, he threw strikes, he poured it in there, and he looked really good.
And if it works, it just opens doors for Torrey.
Yes.
Right? Like I can use these guys on these days. Well, I know I have Hoffman tonight. If I get in a spot where I can get 6.
What a beautiful day. Sorry. What a beautiful day at Chase Field. 81 degrees. The
Roof
is open. Oh, it looks beautiful. This shot that they're showing pregame, it looks like a great day at the ballpark.
People may call me a Debbie Downer when I say this. the feel of Chase Field when the roof is open compared to when the roof is closed.
Oh, no, I would agree. There's nothing like a roof
massive,
open environment.
The roof closed, and I get it. You cannot play outside here.
Yeah, when it's 130 degrees outside.
But it is a roof open environment is awesome.
Zach Gallen getting ready to throw out the first pitch, get this game started here, the series finale against the Tigers. But yeah, I thought, man, sorry, I cut you off when talking about Andrew Hoffman in the bullpen. You can.
Oh, I was just saying that, having that kind of flexibility.
Sure.
Where if I'm Torrey, I say, hey, if I get into a spot tonight where Gallen gives me 6, we have a 2-run lead against Detroit, I could use Hoffman for the 7th and the 8th, then turn to Sewald in the 9th.
And that protects me. It protects Loizaga. It protects Ryan Thompson. It protects Taylor Clark. And then when you don't have Hoffman, you then can lean on Clark, Thompson, Ginkel, Loizaga. You can kind of create shifts.
Given
in
last
some
night,
case.
you needed 3 innings from your bullpen, and all of those names you just listed are very available and fresh.
Right. Imagine if you all of a sudden now you have a lead today and Ginkel's available, Loizaga's available. You probably don't have Sewald because he's pitched a lot lately.
Nights. Yeah.
So you're going to have to make do with a bunch of other guys. So if Gallen can give you 6, you didn't have to burn Loizaga last night. You didn't have to burn Ginkel last night. So you kept guys fresh. And so that multi-inning reliever that isn't the mop-up guy, but can be that guy in those middle innings, the 6, 7, 8 guy. That's something that you're starting to see teams kind of prioritize and value in their bullpen. And I wonder if Andrew Hoffman, now that has not been how he's been deployed here so far this season. He's been deployed in these lopsided games where they've needed to soak up innings. But I wonder if, because he did a good job last night, if they start to add some more responsibilities to his plate and they get him in, because this was somebody they coveted in those trades last year.
Yes, this is somebody they wanted.
They didn't go out and get him to just be the mop-up guy.
No.
They got him because they thought he could be a contributor.
A setup man in this league.
And so he can be kind of a different kind of setup man where he's a multi-inning setup guy.
And that would be a weapon. You don't see much in today's baseball, but a weapon in the D-backs bullpen that would revolutionize what they could do.
And you're starting to see teams do this. Teams like to have multiple guys that can give them multiple innings because it allows them to keep their high leverage arms really fresh. And so, again, it wasn't the way he was deployed last night, but I wonder if it can be something because of the innings that he was used that Torrey can go to in the future. But the bullpen, again, outside of, one bad inning from Joe Ross and one bad inning from Taylor Clark, other than that, I mean, I'll knock on the desk here. It's been pretty good.
It's been pretty good.
It's been better than you would have expected.
Certainly. I didn't expect this from I take out the Clark inning. I didn't expect that from the D-backs bullpen in the series with the Dodgers.
We haven't had an official meltdown yet.
No.
Sewald's 2 for 2 with saves. Ginkel's looked good.
Clark
bounced back well from his outing in LA.
In the 8th and 9th inning, I would like to go back and we could go through every game, but I think they're perfect. I don't think they've given up a run in the 8th or 9th.
In the 8th or the 9th?
Now, in fairness, they haven't pitched in 3/9 innings.
Right, because they got swept in LA and they didn't have to pitch the bottom of the 9th. So
they didn't give up one yesterday. They didn't give up one the day before on the home opener. So you're at least perfect in the 9th.
Yeah, the 6th spot was in the 7th? Or the 6th?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was early.
I think they're perfect in the 8th and 9th inning.
But by the way, really quickly, I listen, I want the Diamondbacks to win today. I want Zach Gallen to absolutely shove against this Detroit lineup. The Detroit jerseys today are a 10 out of 10.
Are they in the dark blues?
They're in the dark blues with the bright orange, the Detroit in the script. I mean, it's like throwback. It's really nice.
It's awesome.
They are really nice. Again, rooting for the Diamondbacks.
Correct.
But you tip your cap when there's
correct.
When there's some good unis on the other side.
Certainly.
And this is a really nice, if you don't mind me going down this rabbit hole, this is a very nice color matchup.
Are we in maroon?
The Diamondbacks are in the reds, yes.
Yeah, it's a good color.
Jordan Lawler, first play out there in center field, handled no problem. Just in case you were keeping track at home. Nice little F8 in your scoreboard.
No play-by-play out there.
No, I didn't. The play's over already. I'm not doing play-by-play. Play's over already. Just he's made a nice play out there in center field.
I'm glad to hear that.
480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream when we come back. It is all the stories we didn't get to. Producer Evan has already warned me that it may just be one story today. It's the leftovers, and we'll get to them next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Motley Crue, the return of the Carnival of Sins. September 16th, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. The Crew celebrates the 20th anniversary of Carnival of Sins. Motley Crue, with performances by Tesla and Extreme. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Motley Crue, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
At the Phoenix Zoo, we are scaly things and furry things. We are fast things and slow things. Tall things and short things. We are huge things and very, very small things. We are things from right here in Arizona and things from all over the world. We are thousands of living, breathing mammals, reptiles, birds, insects, fish, and amphibians that you absolutely have to see. Phoenix Zoo, that zoo we are. For tickets, hours, and many more things, visit phoenixzoo.org.
Jumbo Shrimp is back at Del Taco. One bite of Del's Jumbo Shrimp Taco, and yeah, you're on a whole different level of flavor. Top tier, no notes. Crispy golden shrimp, crunchy cabbage, fresh house-made pico de gallo, and savory secret sauce, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla with a fresh-cut lime wedge. And right now, get 2 for just $6. They're only here for a limited time, so level up with 2 crispy jumbo shrimp tacos for $6. Only at Del Taco. Price and participation may vary.
An in-state rivalry matchup for ASU baseball this Thursday night right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun-Devils as they make their way to Highcourt Field to take on the University of Arizona. Head coach Larry Bloomquist is ready to lead his team to an opening victory against the Wildcats. Join the voice of the Sun-Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live from Tucson. It's ASU versus the U of A this Thursday night. Pregame at 5:45 p.m. and first pitch at 6 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and the KDUS app.
Back to wrap up today's edition of the show. Watching some Diamondbacks baseball. We'll recap that on tomorrow's program. But right now, it is all the stories we didn't get to here today on the program. We call them the leftovers. Producer Evans got them for us. And he's already warned me that there's just going to be one story.
Actually, I'm going to lead with a separate story first.
So you're not going to go with the story that you already prepared me for.
That's my next story.
That I think could be an April Fool's joke.
It's not. No, this has been planned for months.
Okay.
So I'll start with congratulations to Diamondbacks.
Okay.
The representing the National League in the wild card. Phillies are done.
So the
spots opened up.
I don't know how the leftovers just became your therapy session for the Phillies, but that's what it's turned into. Outside of that, and most importantly, we are going back to the moon. Yeah, the Artemis 2, the first crewed.
Are you starting to believe this now?
The first crewed moon mission in decades. Liftoff is expected at 6:24 p.m. Eastern Time. The first time astronauts have returned to the vicinity of the moon in more than 50 years. This mission could break the distance record set by the Apollo program traveling farther from Earth than any human ever has.
Wow.
Weather is currently 80% favorable for the liftoff. The countdown here on this page that I'm looking at, 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 35, 34, 33 seconds. You're very excited about this. Now,
I'm a huge moon guy.
So
I love the moon. I'm a huge nerd. I don't shy away from that.
I'm a
like
space
the moon
nerd
phases.
like you. I am a space nerd like you. So I am excited about this.
I think this is our start to get to Mars.
I did just want to be careful because it's April Fool's Day. I just wanted to make sure.
And you thought, listen,
you have a track record of falling for fake stories on the internet,
really
and so this
true.
is one of those days where I have to be a little concerned about you.
I told you this, and you were like, "Oh, that's fake."
Right? I said, "Are we sure it's not an April Fool's story?" Because I just didn't see it in the news.
No, the Artemis is going.
As long as the weather cooperates, yes.
Do you think? Did you ever say you wanted to be an astronaut?
Never once. No. Did you?
No.
Oh,
no. I just being in space would be cool. Separate note. Do you think the weather is like the weather here on Earth or the space weather?
No, I believe that you're talking about the 80% for the liftoff.
Yeah.
I believe it is the weather on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it is the weather. What is it? This is launching in Florida?
Correct.
So yeah, this is probably the Kennedy Space Center weather. And they've already fueled the rocket. So we're ready to go.
Oh, we're already fueled up.
And that's what it said.
This is awesome.
And I'm not even gonna. We've opened up the can of worms here. We got people in the YouTube chat talking about the moon landing. Look what you've done. Look what you started here today on the program. No, we're not. Listen, this is not what we're doing on the leftovers. I'm not getting into.
I'm not. No, you see Codes. Codes got a great.
You know what? Code brings up another excellent point. I do need a drop of. I'm a huge moon guy. I need that.
I love
you know
the
what?
moon.
I need that to be your post-show assignment. I need that on the board immediately.
I'm a huge moon guy.
I'm a huge.
I also
moon
like Code's
guy.
idea of drafting MLB uniforms.
That was good as well.
Cardinals 1-1.
Cardinals 1-1.
Yeah.
So you're a little ahead of me. Thanks for spoiling it.
No. Like first round, first pick.
Oh, Cardinals. You know I'm watching the Mets-Cardinals game in here along with the Diamondbacks. You said Cardinals.
It is 1-0.
I know. I have the game on in here.
There's one out.
I've
Runners
got
on first and
Yep,
second.
I know. I've got two games on it here. I got the Diamondbacks and I'm watching Mets-Cardinals. I was watching A's-Braves earlier.
Why? That game was a blowout.
When it started, I was watching it. And then I've been cycling around. Right before the show started, I was watching Blue Jays-Rockies.
You don't want to watch the Phillies lose the series to the Nationals.
I'm okay. I'm good.
Freddie Peralta getting out of it over there?
No, they just went to the bullpen.
Oh, they did.
Scooble's got the good stuff, by the way, here early. Just in case you're worried, Scooble's bringing it today.
I did see that. I'm worried.
He's pitching well so far.
Connor Griffin has started his contract negotiations with the Pirates on a long-term extension.
Yeah, we saw the Mariners do this the other day with Colt Emerson. This has kind of been the growing trend in baseball, and so the Pirates trying to get in on that as well, and trying to sign him to an extension. He's 19 years old, so they're trying to get to that extension before he gets called up, and so they'll probably buy 2 or 3 years of free agency, so probably take him through 2032 or 33 on a deal. It just depends on how long they go on the deal.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's the smart move. It is the very smart move because you have to lock these guys up pretty young.
Well, especially if you're Pittsburgh.
You
don't spend money. This is a way.
And Seattle.
This is a way to keep your homegrown talent. Although Seattle's been spending money.
Yeah, Seattle's been spending a little bit more money, but eventually, what's that Raleigh contract going to look like?
Well, right. And with the Pirates, they're not spending a ton.
No, not at all. Not spending at all. They're the reason we have this.
Oh, they are just as much as the Dodgers are a reason why we're going to have a lockout and miss some games. It's teams like the Pirates and the Marlins that are also going to lead us to that place.
Cubs right fielder Seiya Suzuki is close to returning from his knee injury. Should be back, back this week. Actually,
that's good. They're gonna need him back if they're going to make some noise there in the National League Central. Early lead for the Diamondbacks. Corbin Carroll gets to Tarek Skubal 1-0.
Homer?
Yes.
Wow. Lefty.
By the way, not worried about the power.
Yeah, he's got two.
We can just completely put that narrative to bed.
Lefty.
Like completely put to bed the worries about Corbin Carroll and his power coming off of the surgery. It's been great.
That is awesome.
So we're going to recap this game because we've got 4 minutes left in the show. The first might not even be over by then. So
it probably will be over, but not by much.
Full recap of the game tomorrow, and then we'll get you ready for the Suns. They've got a game tomorrow in Charlotte. That's what you have to look forward to on tomorrow's program. Sorry, what else you got in the leftovers?
We're just Chris Sale leads the Braves to a 5-1 win over the A's. I know you were watching that one.
I did. I had that on for a little bit. Drake Baldwin had another good day.
By the way, did you see the A's in their first 5 games struck out 4 games, struck out 57 times?
You mean the offense struck out 57 times? Yeah. They have a lot of swing and miss. A lot of power, but a lot of boom or bust.
I know we say that, but they also have Jacob Wilson.
Well, remember, Wilson, how long was it into his rookie campaign last year before he struck out?
Yeah, it was I think it was 10 games.
I mean,
he hadn't struck out or walked.
Right. He was a contact machine. Just putting the ball in play.
The dude's a beast. He is a beast. And I know you sent me this article in case you were wondering. I have not read. The Jalen Hurts stands at a crossroads.
I did troll
creating
you.
friction in the Eagles locker room.
I did troll you this morning and sent you that story because I saw it on ESPN. And I was like, oh, this would be great.
Yes.
This would be great for the producer of the program.
Zach Taylor, by the way, came to the podium yesterday and told everybody he's very thankful Joe Burrow is through flag football and that is all over.
Yeah, you're probably holding your breath a little bit, just making sure that nobody gets hurt when they do that, because you don't want that to be your storyline going into OTAs and into training camp. And so, yeah, I'm sure there was some sighs of relief all across the world of football with certain quarterbacks getting through that.
Yeah, my quarterback was in it. Why can't we have just Brady and Rodgers playing that?
By the way, it looks like Rodgers is going to make his decision before the NFL draft.
Yes, I saw that.
So Pittsburgh should know going into draft night what their plan is at quarterback.
You think if he doesn't come back, they draft one?
I don't. I mean, what is their plan if he doesn't come back?
What is their plan, period?
Will Howard?
Yeah, why not? I don't think Will's their answer.
So Mike McCarthy got back into coaching.
So
coach Will Howard?
I know that conversation, but you are coach, it is the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not like you're going to Jacksonville and it's...
Well, and he grew up a Steelers fan, right? He's from
Correct,
the area.
he's from the area.
That also matters. But, yeah, I mean, if Will Howard's your starting quarterback next year, you can't... What are the expectations? 6-7 wins for that team?
Yeah, if that.
Probably would like Mike Tomlin to will a team to a 500 record. Just saying.
You probably would. Other than the fact that, maybe you finally want a losing season.
I guess.
Draft a quarterback.
Draft a quarterback, yeah, I guess.
That organization is almost in a worse spot because they do the same stuff every year.
Right. They're never really in a position to take a quarterback. They tried a couple of years ago with Kenny Pickett.
But even that was a reach. Everybody knew it. I loved him at Pitt.
Yeah, but I just can't. Can you see a world where if they bottom out this year that Steelers fans aren't already
screaming for Mike McCarthy
to go?
Yeah.
No. You have to worry about that.
That could be a disaster.
Could be. It's going to do it for us here. Jim Rome is coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. We'll recap the Diamondbacks series finale against the Tigers. We'll get you ready for Suns against the Hornets. Everybody, have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.